Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fitness Goal Friday. I'm super stoked that you guys are here today. Today, I'm going to discuss something super practical. It's the 3 things that you want to optimize with your nutrition that will ultimately play a huge role into whether or not you get closer to your fitness goals. But before I dive into those 3 things, I want to make sure that you guys have checked out the Best You 10-Week Fitness Goal Setting Program, because I want to make sure that I can be the one by your side to help you set a goal that is not only worthy, but it's winnable. It's a goal that you believe that you can actually achieve, because that is huge in goal setting. A lot of times we set ourselves up for failure by setting too lofty of goals. And then I also want to help create that strategy, create that framework for you that you can really believe in, that you can follow, that will get you to that goal. And then we'll create a scoreboard so we can monitor and track your progress. And then I'll provide you with the workouts that will definitely get you to your goal and will execute at a high level. So go to go.nickcarrier.com/10-week program. Again, go.nickcarrier.com/10-week program. But for now, let's get into those 3 reasons, or those 3 things that you need to optimize with your nutrition. And I use the acronym WAS, W-A-S. The first thing is your water intake. Now, these 3 things are the 3 things that almost everybody struggles with at least one of them, or could do much better in at least one of them, and it is something that is currently holding them back. The first thing is water. Second one is alcohol. Third thing is sweets, and I'll break each one down. First one with water. Again, to get super practical, the kind of baseline amount of water that you should be drinking, or the rule of thumb, is half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water every single day. Now, I guarantee a lot of you out there listening right now might not drink that much. Don't get overwhelmed and think that you need to drink all that much right away. During this episode, I really want you to remember the phrase, we have to form a habit before we optimize it. So let's say you weigh 160 pounds and you should be drinking 80 ounces of water, but you're currently maybe drinking 16 or 20 ounces of water. Don't try to jump to 80 right away. Let's set the goal of drinking 40 ounces for this upcoming week and see where we stand there. And then maybe 40 ounces for the next week as well. You got to form the habit of drinking more water before you jump to the optimal result of drinking 80 ounces per week. And again, to get very practical, I say, okay, how can I make sure I get in the right amount of water? For me personally, I could probably do better with my water intake. I'm pretty good at it, but the thing that makes me know that I'm not terrible at it every single day is I always have these 4 or 5 different outlets in which I can get a full 12 ounces of water. First off, right when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing that I do. Before I drink any coffee, before I eat any food, I have 12 ounces of water. And then I always make sure I have a glass of water with my breakfast, a glass of water with my lunch, and a glass of water with my dinner, plus a glass of water with my workout, which happens 5 or 6 times a week. So right there, that's 5 different times of at least 10 to 12 ounces of water, which is at least 50 to 60 ounces of water. So if you can just have 1 glass of water with every single meal, plus at the beginning of the day, plus at your workout, you're already setting yourself up for success and putting yourself on track to get potentially your half of your body weight in ounces of water. So the first thing that you need to optimize with your nutrition, but again, you need to form the habit before you start to optimize it, is your water intake. Second one of the WAS formula is alcohol. Now look, I'm never going to be somebody to say that you should never drink alcohol. I'm never going to stop drinking alcohol myself unless, barring some sort of incident that forces me to, or, whatever. But I would never tell somebody to stop drinking alcohol if it's something that they truly enjoy to do. So just ask yourself right now, is the current level of alcohol or current amount of alcohol that you're consuming holding you back from achieving a meaningful goal that you really want to achieve? And the answer is yes. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, am I willing and able to maybe sacrifice a little bit of alcohol? Or maybe am I willing and able to sacrifice maybe a little bit of going out with friends? Or maybe am I just able to go out with friends and stick with water, or stick with less drinks, right? So you have to start off with self-monitoring with all of these things, with your water, with your alcohol, with your sweets. You have to figure out, okay, where do I currently stand? Do I currently have 2 drinks a day? Do I currently have 1 drink a night? Do I currently have 5 drinks a week? Like, where do you currently stand? Ballpark it. Now, it's not going to be the same every single week. I understand that. But ballpark where you currently stand, because only when you accept and know where you currently stand can you start to make an adjustment. And so if you currently stand at drinking 10 drinks a week and you want to start to consume less, back it down to maybe 6 drinks a week. And then form that habit for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks or so. And then if you feel like you can take it to another level, bring it down to 4. Again, you have to form a habit before you optimize it, but it all starts with self-monitoring and seeing where you currently are. So that is always step number 1. And then that last one of the WAS formula is sweets. This is something that I talk a lot about with with my clients, because I have the classic example of one of my clients coming in saying he wanted to lose 15 pounds and he wanted to cut out all sweets. And I was like, okay, awesome. How many sweets do you currently have? And he was like, well, I currently have 14 desserts a week. I usually have one with lunch and one with dinner every single day. And I'm like, let's pause. You're probably not going to go from 14 to 0 right away. So what can we do to make that more workable? And when I say workable, that means what can you do, or what are you willing and able to do based off of what you've been willing and able to do in the past? Because your past actions are very determinant of your future actions, right? They're pretty on point with what your future actions are going to be, which is why we have to form a habit before we optimize it. So he did 14, and we made a relatively significant jump. We went down to 7 desserts a week for the first 3 weeks of the program, then 6 desserts a week for the next 3, then 5 for the next 3, and he went all the way down to 2 a week and stuck it out there and has been crushing it ever since. So monitor where you are with your current sweets, because I know I have coached so many clients. I know there's a lot of you out there who have a lot of sweets, and that is your weakness, that you have that sweet tooth and you just have to have it after a lot of meals. You have to have it after a lot of dinner, or you just unfortunately crush cookies and ice cream on the weekend. Maybe you're baking and you're eating the cookie dough, right? Like this is such a problem for a lot of us. So first off, know that you're not alone. Second of all, don't beat yourself up about it. Third off, accept where you currently are. Fourth off, make a decision to start forming a habit of eating less and figure out what that looks like. If it's 14 desserts a week right now and you want to bump it down to 10, bump it down to 10. If you're currently eating 6, maybe bump it down to 4. Like, just evaluate where you currently are and make a workable goal moving forward. So again, guys, these 3 things are something that I have seen every single one of my clients have the ability to optimize. And because they did optimize it, they got closer to whatever their goal was, whether it was running a faster 5K, whether it was losing a weight, whether it was doing better push-ups, right? Because all of these 3 things affect our human performance, affect our bodies and our muscles performance. So again, just kind of brief overview. Water, half of your body weight in ounces, but evaluate where you currently are and make a workable goal moving forward. And that's maybe a glass at the beginning of the day, at breakfast, at lunch, and at dinner, and at your workout. Alcohol. I'm not going to ever say don't ever drink alcohol, but again, evaluate where you currently are. Ask yourself, what are you willing and able to sacrifice, and then make a goal moving forward based off of that. And then sweets. Again, evaluate where you currently are. Do not beat yourself up with the current number of sweets that you have. Have the courage to look at it. Have a courage to see how many you currently have, and then make a workable adjustment based off of that. I'm telling you guys, if you find a way to pick one of these 3 right now, you don't have to pick all 3 to optimize. Pick one of them. Just pick one of them and start forming the habit of improving on that now. And I guarantee you'll start to see a little bit of progress towards your goal. When you pick one of them, you start to form a habit, you slowly start to optimize it. Once you feel like you're in a pretty secure spot with that, then jump to another one. If you start with water, then go to alcohol. If you start with sweets, then go to water afterwards, right? Like, figure out one first, and then you can jump to the other moving forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you related to it, because this is something that I've seen over and over and over and over again with almost every single one of my clients. And so I hope you feel like you can start to take control of one of these aspects of your life, because I know it will get you closer to your fitness goal, and I know it will get you closer and closer to your best you.